Hello everybody, K-Whip here and welcome to another Destiny video. Today I'm going to be bringing you an Optimizing Subclass video, and if you're not familiar with what that is, because I've gained quite a lot of subscribers since my last one went up, it is a video where I go over a certain subclass and how you can best either shotgun or snipe on it depending on the video. So basically I go through the subclass, tell you what perks to use in it, as well as I give tips for strategies on sniping or shotgunning on that certain subclass, and also what exotics or weapons to use. So in this video, I'm going to be covering how to best shotgun on the Striker subclass. So starting off with the grenades, the Striker has one of the best grenades in the game, and that is the Lightning Grenade. So this is a grenade that has a pretty nice radius, and it is a grenade that is fantastic for zoning enemies, doing instant damage, and also priming and finishing enemies either prior to or after a gunfight. So some ways you can use this lightning grenade are if you get weak, you can run around a corner, quick throw a lightning on a wall, so either the person that's been pursuing you can no longer push you, or if they do push you, they're going to eat 122 damage, so they'll be an easy cleanup with your primary, or you can shotgun them from a pretty decent range as they are less than half health. So that's a tactic to kind of use the lightning grenade a bit more defensively. However, if you're looking to be a very aggressive shotgunner, you can Titan skate into an engagement, shotgun someone. If you don't finish them off, quickly throw a lightning onto the wall in a trajectory that will hit them. It's going to do an instant 122 damage, which is fantastic. That's basically like a melee, so it's kind of like a long-range shotgun melee. You can kind of think of that, but it's a shotgun nade, I guess. So you can shotgun them. If you get them half health, or even if they have a bit more than half health, you can throw that nade in the right place and finish them off with a lightning grenade. So this does work quite well, being in aggressive engagements with your shotgun. You can fly in there, get them weak, throw the lightning, but as I said, it's also fantastic defensively, or if you're using your primary, you can prime someone. If they dip around a corner, throw the lightning, finish them off with it. So the lightning grenade is a fantastic overall grenade. If you're looking for something that's maybe a bit more aggressive and, I don't know, different than the lightning grenade, you can choose flashbangs, which is another solid option for the Striker Titan. So if you manage to hit someone with a flashbang, it's gonna make them so they can't see, so they're gonna be a pretty easy target for you to fly in and shotgun. I don't think this is as good of an option as the lightning grenade, because it's not instant damage like the lightning grenade can be, and you have to wait a bit for the grenade to detonate, as well as the flashbang requires some pretty good accuracy, and I felt like when I was trying to shotgun with a flashbang, it didn't help me all that much. So overall, I would have to recommend lightning grenades on this one. Moving on to the jump modifier that you should choose, definitely every single Titan that you play on, you should use increased control. Now, if you thought the Titan movement was not good, or it's slow, or sluggish, or it just wasn't something you like, maybe it's because you haven't been playing on increased control. Because increased control actually allows you to Titan skate extremely fast, and it actually makes you the fastest you can be on any character in the game. So if you don't know what Titan skating is, it's basically you jump up, and when you're on your descent, you start kind of spamming the jump button, so you glide downwards, which gives you extra speed, and you kind of continuously do that till you gain a very quick speed, and once you get moving, you really kind of start flying, and it makes you just extremely fast. There's a bit more to it than that. If you're wondering how to kind of perfect this movement, just look up a YouTube video on it. I probably won't make one because there's already some out there. But anyway, increased control gives you this great Titan skating ability, makes you super fast regardless of what agility you're running, and really it does just about everything that the other modifiers give you, to a bit of a lesser extent, I guess. Now onto the super modifiers. This is one that is mostly up to personal preference. So Aftermath is the first one. I would recommend this actually if you're playing Supremacy, or I don't know, even if you just like it. So this is great for Supremacy, I think, because if you smash down somewhere and you actually get killed, some people are just idiots and they fly in for the crest. Sometimes they'll fly right into your Aftermath and give you a free kill, and honestly it's just hilarious when that happens. So Aftermath can be pretty nice. When people aren't being too observant, they'll just walk right into where they just killed a Striker, and it will give you a kill from that. So it can be convenient in that right, but it's not my favorite option. Next up, there's Death from Above, and this is one that you've got to be a bit more strategic when using, and it's different than the other modifiers. And I mean, it does look pretty cool, I'll give it that, but honestly, I do not think this is a very good option because a lot of times you're just going to get kind of short stopped by the super, I guess. You're going to go a lot shorter than where you think you are and end up getting 0 kills from it. Another unfortunate thing about Death from Above is you have to be quite high up in the air to be able to effectively aim where you want to go, because if you're just a little off the ground, you're most likely going to slam into the ground about a foot in front of you and get 0 kills. So Death from Above, not the most user-friendly option, and definitely takes some getting used to, but it can make some pretty cool plays and gives you a bit more versatility. Lastly is the option that I think is the best and the one that I use, and this is Shockwave. Basically you do your normal Fist of Havoc, but a wave of energy flows across the ground right in front of you and goes directly where you were aiming your Fist of Havoc. So if you've got someone quite far away but in front of you, you can still reach them from quite far away and kill them, so that can get you some extra kills sometimes. None of the modifiers are going to make or break your super, but they can be helpful. I would have to recommend Shockwave. So moving on to the melees, my favorite option and what I think is the best option is Discharge. It says hits with Storm Fist deal an area effective damage. What it really means to say is this melee destroys everything and does tons of damage. It does almost 180 damage on a melee, and if people are weak at all, you are going to one-hit melee them. So this is something that is extremely nice and comes into play quite a bit. I love having this super powerful melee, and you can kind of just demolish people with it, especially people in supers. It is one of the best classes for shotgun meleeing supers because your melee does so much damage. So Discharge is my personal favorite, and what I'd have to say is the best melee. The other ones, if you're curious, Amplify reduces the cooldown of Fist of Havoc with kills from Storm Fist. Not very good, wouldn't recommend it. Overload reduces the Storm Fist cooldown and gives it a chance to immediately reset its cooldown. So that's a decent perk. It will give you a bit more melee charges, which helps out with your range a bit more, and you'll be doing more damage on your melees more often, but I didn't think this was as effective as something like Fast Twitch on the Blade Dancer, and it didn't seem significant enough for me to want to use it over Discharge. Now moving on to the next column of perks, you have Headstrong, Aftershocks, and Transfusion. As a shotgunner, I would have to recommend Transfusion. So Transfusion will give you health regen on either a Storm Fist or a Shoulder Charge kill. I'm going to focus mostly on Storm Fist because everyone's going to be using that. And it's something that I think is great because getting health regen after a shotgun melee can be absolutely huge, because almost every time in close quarter engagements you're going to be losing some type of health. Now for the last column of perks, Shoulder Charge is a decent option for shotgunning because it can increase your mobility, help you get around corners easier with that extra low lunge melee, as well as you can actually shotgun someone then shoulder charge instantly after for a devastating shotgun melee. But I wouldn't say that happens too often and isn't that much better than a shotgun melee with Storm Fist, I guess. But shoulder charge shotgunning is a decent option. However, they do have, oh my god, they have such a good option underneath that. They have the infamous Juggernaut shield. So just for sprinting for just a little bit of time, you're going to be getting a protective shield, and this shield can tank so much damage. The shield you get from Juggernaut can actually leave you taking no damage from either a sniper bullet, a golden gun, a shadow shot. It can basically tank any amount of damage that is up front and only take down the shield and not reduce your health. And if someone's shooting at you with a primary, it's going to take them quite a lot of shots to take down your shield. So what that gives you the opportunity to do is close the gap quickly on them so you can shotgun them and have some moments of invincibility as you've got that shield in front of you that they've got to break down before you get to them. So this gives you a huge advantage as you can not take some damage while you're wide out in the open, and also make them waste some bullets on you and reduce their mag size, so maybe once your shield is actually done, they have a very limited amount of bullets to actually kill you. The combination of being able to move the fastest out of any character in the game, and then giving that character a shield just for sprinting for a little bit that makes them invincible for a while is just an absolutely terrifying thought. And it makes for the absolute best way to shotgun on the Striker subclass. So those are all the perks in the perk tree that I would have to recommend. When you're looking on what you want to max out for armor, recovery, and agility, you really don't have to worry about agility at all if you can Titan skate well, because even with the lowest amount of agility that you can have, you can Titan skate at a speed faster than any other class can go. So you can have just about no agility and be extremely fast. So the exotic armor that I think is actually the best for Striker shotgunning at the moment would have to be the Dune Marchers. The Dune Marchers is going to give you some increased sprint speed, and you can also have a better turn radius while you are sprinting. So this is going to make it so you're moving even faster, which is kind of crazy, and if you're running something like Juggernaut and someone's like behind you, you can sprint for a little bit, quickly turn around once you've got your Jug Shield charged up, and be charging at someone with a Juggernaut shield at a very fast speed and turn the tables on them. It's also going to probably make your primary game a bit better, as you can strafe a little better with this weapon as you move faster while aiming down sights. Some other good Titan exotics that are kind of just good in general and work both well for sniping and shotgunning. The Armamentarium gives you an extra grenade, and lightning grenades are awesome, so second grenade, that's definitely great. As well as the Armamentarium gives you extra ammo for all special weapons, and having more special is always a great thing. More shotgun ammo, you're gonna get more shotgun kills, it's better for shotgunning. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. And the other exotic that I would recommend also does the same thing with special weapons, the Twilight Garrison. Now the Twilight Garrison is going to increase your mobility a ton. It will allow you to dodge grenades and rockets more effectively, as well as it will help you start your Titan skate immediately, as you can jump, do your Twilight Garrison, and then kind of just spam X, and you'll actually be at full Titan skating speed. It's also something that's great for closing gaps on people, as you can kind of shotgun someone, jump up Twilight Garrison towards them, shotgun them again, and also do that towards other targets. So Twilight Garrison is another fantastic exotic if you're looking to shotgun on Striker. Last couple notes I have for you, I would invest in a artifact of the Memory of JOLDER, because that no sprint cooldown is super good for shotgunners, especially Jug Titans, because you can sprint, get your Juggernaut shield up, stop sprinting, sprint for another second immediately, and have that Jug shield back up. So you can just have so much invincibility in front of you with that Juggernaut shield, and it's borderline overpowered, I'd have to say. One final thing, make sure you have your gears spec'd out to optimize your intellect and discipline, because your super's great, your lightning grenades are great, and melee, as good as it is doing like 180 damage, you don't need it all that much. So spec your gear with intellect, discipline, and that's going to be the best way to play the Striker. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. Comment down below what subclass and weapon class you want to see me review next in Optimizing Subclasses, and subscribe for some more Destiny videos. Thanks for watching, and see you later.